Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube. I am Joji Dixon, the Midnight Otaku, and today we will be looking at the Lupin Ranger vs. Battle Ranger Trigger Machine Ichigou, or Trigger Machine 1, as in translation. So, as for that, let's go look at the box, shall we? And up front here, you've got the Trigger Machine Ichigou, which is on a railing, just like how they shoot out their Megazords through their guns, which is right here. You also got Pato and Ichigou here doing action pose, as well as the Megazord in the back, the Pat Kaiser. And here is the other instruction on what it uses. It uses with the Good Striker and the Reviews-Patranger. Back of here, it tells you how to use it with the gun. Right over here, it tells you how to combine it. Top of here says what you need. On the best side here, you got the trigger machine running around. And on the bottom is pretty much just everything else, and choking hazard guy, and everything in between. So, without that further ado, let's get started. And so here we are. We have here the Trigger Machine Ichigou. And let's take a good look at our little car, shall we? Here we have the wheels. There's about like 3 of them on the bottom here that can actually roll pretty well. You got the number 01 right here. You also have right here you got the shield for the Pato Rangers. The only thing is there's no detail on the other end except for the one right there, where I could think like you pretty much could have just made like another shield right there to make it sense. And also I think this made in Taiwan could have been like moved to like maybe the bottom of the car or something. I'm really not sure about that, but anyways, that's what we got. And this car also, it rolls. Unfortunately, it's just like a very soft surface, so you get what you get. Also, you got the trigger right here, and if you click it, it pulls out the 3rd wheel and the bigger wheel, which is in there, which actually moves in correlation to which one of the wheels? Oh yeah, the front wheel is the one that makes it move. Let me just hold on, let me get this thing to zoom in a little better. See how it moves with actually the front wheel. Even in the thing itself, it actually moves it. Also, when you pull this thing down a little bit, you also reveal the head for the Pat Kaiser, as well, respectively. As well as like the same thing with like Lupin Red Style Fighter and Pato Ichigou's Trigger Machine right here. These things make the Megazord combination, but I need to get the Good Striker for that. So pretty much into that corresponds. So next up, let's go put this in the Reviews-Patranger and see what it does. Turning it on first. Now, Keisatsu change. Again, I'm not putting it on the rail right. Now the only difference with this thing is, actually I'll tell you when I finish. So let's change. And there you have it made to the Pato Ren Ichigou. Now, there's another thing about this when I was playing with it a bit too, because sometimes when you try to put the thing in, sometimes it'll be a little bit loose, because this trigger right here is supposed to push like this little thing right here to make the gun sounds work. So, without further ado, let's try it again. Plus, I also feel like with the trigger machines on the bottom of the gun, it feels more like an actual kind of a blaster in a way, you know? Same thing like Star Wars. I'm sorry, I'm just going to keep saying that because this gun kind of looks like it to me. But yeah, like I said before, it's like if you misalign how to like actually put the railing of the car in it, sometimes the button won't push the trigger because it'll be stuck on like the white plastic part and it won't push the button that's right back there. That's basically a warning I'm going to say because I tried to do it so many times playing it by myself and then somehow the trigger wouldn't actually push in like, regularly like this. So there's a bit of a warning for you when you want to handle your trigger machines correctly, because that'll be a bit of a problem if it's not aligned correctly in a railing. So without further ado, take it out, and we're ready for our final thoughts. Right now. So basically, as I said before, I only got the Lupin Red set. I didn't manage to get the Patranger Ichigou set because I would probably cost a lot more money just to get 2 different of the Reviews-Patranger sets in one. So I figured, why not just get one set, then get a trigger machines later, then the good striker along the road. I think that'd probably be a more solution idea. And pretty soon I'm going to get the other trigger machines, Songo and Nigo respectively, as well as the good striker. And I'll pretty much review those as well. For the good striker though, I might probably make 3 separate videos for it. Like the first video I'll do is for how it sounds by itself and in the Reviews-Patranger itself. While the other 2 will just be me building the Megazord, the Lupin Kaiser and Pat Kaiser respectively. And who knows, maybe if I manage to buy maybe like one of the other trigger machine or dial fighters, maybe would be a thought down the road. Not quite sure yet, but it's out there, and I'm thinking about it. So yeah, I'm still waiting for the 7th Ranger, who's supposed to be a double agent. We already know that, and I was already correct that the 7th Ranger is a double agent. I was correct about this, and I am happy now that we actually got a guy who works for both the Lupin Rangers and the Battle Rangers. Plus, he transforms to like silver and gold costume respectively, changing by that. So without further ado, that's going to be all for today. This is Joji Dixon looking at the trigger machine Ichigou, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Tune in next time where shoot, I give dyslexia already. We are going to pretty much review one of the Legendary Rider gas shots, and also the last other 2 Dial Fighters I have. Dial Fighter Yellow and Dial Fighter Blue. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day, and remember to take care.